Hello.
Hey Trish,
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great.
Oh, good to hear. Good to hear. I am here opening a new tab because today we're gonna have PowerPoint.
Sweet. I like technology.
Yeah. How's your holiday?
For me, it was busy. Owning a restaurant down at the beach on a holiday weekend is not much of a holiday, but it's okay. That's all good. We still had the opportunity to get out and have some fun, did some mountain biking on Sunday because that's generally our day off. Totally good. How about yours?
Good. There's some beach volleyball. Got tanned a little bit too much on my shoulders. A little burned.
Yeah, that sunshine.
Yeah. Looks like John is joining us here.
Yes. Do you know John Boris?
Probably not. Let's see what if I recognize him from this lifetime.
Yeah, right.
Welcome, John.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, John, how are you?
Good. What's going on, Trish? How are you?
Good, doing great. Yeah, good to see you.
Hey, you too.
Welcome, Suraj.
Hey, Fernando. Hello, everybody.
Raj, how you doing?
Hi, Suraj. I'm Trish.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I'm John.
Hey, John.
We have two Johns. Catalyst John is in the house as well.
Oh, nice.
John. Nice color shirt there, John Buras, representing Ukraine.
Yeah.
Was that on purpose?
No, to be honest, no. I just keep this one around for work Zoom calls and stuff like that. So, so I'm usually just walking around in a t-shirt.
Amazing. Yeah, totally. I've been saving this t-shirt here for like 7 days now. Like I'm only gonna use it for the Ukraine Zoom.
That's
I
good.
like
That
it.
works.
Yeah, glad you guys could make it. I put a PowerPoint together so I could put some structure to this, because the way I see this happening is that it'll become a community project where there will be many of these happening at different times of the day, and not just for Ukraine and Russia, but for anything that's happening around the world where the first responders could use a mental reset. And secondly, the quote unquote victims, I need to find a better word. That's why I said quote unquote. But for those people to also have a mental reset. Any questions before we continue? No? Cool. Awesome. Awesome. So let me see here. If I bring up the mental reset slideshow. Actually, let's go, since we don't have a first responder here today, let's go around and say name, where you're from, and intention for being here. And I'll start. My name is Fernando. I am from San Diego, and my intention today is to get this thing started of bringing mental reset opportunities to people that are doing the the superhero work. That's my intention. Trish.
Yeah, so I'm Trish Dell. I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina, and very much like Fernando, like that. I have come to this space with kind of a place of positive energy to make a difference for or to assist in making a difference for those that are struggling with things right now, especially current events that are going on. This was one of those things I think a lot of us probably share along the same lines, where we feel like we have the tools and skills to make a difference and to utilize and create a space where we can utilize those skills to assist those that could benefit from it.
Thank you. John Buras.
Sure. Hi, everyone. So my name is John Boris. I came in through Trish. She told me about the group. I love the idea. And so I wanted to get to know a little bit more about it. As a former first responder myself, I know that this stuff is super important for people on the job, because most of the time, people that are out there don't even understand that they need it, or don't even know, that it's available to them. And it's something that, so I used to be a police officer, and it's something that I wanted to give back to the police crew. But this is equally as great, if not better, I think. I like the idea.
Thank you. Thank you so much, John. John Catalyst.
Oh man, my name is John. Last name is Reisky, but I prefer a Catalyst. That's awesome. Yes, that's my my business name. It's just the profile I got here. But I am in Florida, just outside of Orlando, and my intention for this call is I really want to learn how I can best help this cause. I know very little of it, but I do know it's a big deal, and I'd love to become more aware of the issue, and just learn how I can be of value in this call, but also in this community of people fighting for it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Suraj.
Hello, everyone. My name is Suraj, and I am from San Diego as well. And if you're in San Diego, Fernando throws some really fun dinner parties. If you guys ever want to go, there was a good time. But I came here really because Fernando told John and I about it last week, and my intention is to give and be of service. I have always felt like I wanted to contribute in some way, and I just didn't know how, and I felt like this was an opportunity for me to do so.
Thank you, Suraj. Thank you. Man, I'm all feeling mushy now. You guys are like, should I do the PowerPoint? Yes, I'm gonna do the PowerPoint fast. Get your feedback, because this is gonna be a community project. This is gonna be like, I want to hear from you guys, what can be created here, because the way I see it, like, could be, next week or even sooner, if someone steps up to having this more often than every week, we could be helping first responders. So it's really up to us. I just want to get things started, and I want every one of you to just embrace your possibility to do whatever you want in the realm of this context. So it's really, be proactive if you like, and lead in whatever capacity. All right. With that being said, I'm going to start the slideshow here, so let's see. This is the first time I'm doing this. So if I click, first I need to share my screen. Actually, let's see how this goes. Presenter view, and then share my screen. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, cool. So mental reset, what is it? Why is it important? Like John Boras said, being a first responder, police officer, sometimes they don't even know that they need it. And it's not just for first responders, but for this call, we're going to, focus on first responders and leaders. And other calls, we're going to focus on people that suffered who are quote unquote victims. So first responders, why? Because they are the ones keeping people alive, basically. So we are here, workers of mental and emotional reset, such as John, myself, and Trish, who have been, certified in several modalities, and mental emotional release being one of them. And I'd like to invite more people that even, may not have the certifications, but have the desire to help. Why? Because we're going to go into something that is called intention. And for someone to offer intention and create intention, you don't need any certification for that. The purpose is peace. The purpose is peace. And this is, we can play with different words. For now, it's going to be peace. And how are we going to achieve that purpose of peace? And it's going to be through recurring weekly sessions to help any leader, first responders, or volunteers dealing with any current events around the world that could use a mental reset. Not only a mental reset, but also emotional reset. And that can happen through conversation, that can happen through meditation, that can happen through techniques of NLP, mental emotional release. It can happen with intention as well. And I invite you guys to play more and more with this idea that we are not just our words, not just our body, we're magical beings and we are all connected. And we're going to get more into this in the next slides. Illusion of separation. So there's a thing called illusion of separation. And if we have that idea, if you think about that, how, we have separate bodies, and because we have separate bodies, separate names, separate cell phones, then, we are not connected, or we're not the same. And here's a quote that I like to share from Marianne Williamson. Every problem emerges from the false belief that we're separate from one another. And every answer emerges from the realization that we're not. So how does that play in this call, in this project that we're creating and co-creating here? Let's talk about being a cause. Let's talk about being a cause. And if we accept the idea that we are connected at a spiritual level, or use any other word, at a certain level that we are connected, that sometimes when you think of a friend, they call you, or when you have a hunch about something, you go ahead and you do make that decision, and then you realize 5 days later or 5 minutes later that, wow, you received a signal. And how to explain that? There was nothing to measure. So if we are playing in a game that we are connected, then can we also play a game that we are a cause? That everything that we have in our lives, we have caused it. And at a personal level, we can understand that, yeah, I'm a cause that I created my financial circumstances, my physical circumstances, my emotional circumstances. Can we then elevate that conversation a little bit to community, to country, and to world? Can we be a cause for what's happening in the world? I know that might be a lot to ask, or maybe you just go, okay, yeah, I can understand that, or I can even feel that I can be a cause for what's happening in the world. And if we are a cause for what's happening, not only personally, but what's happening in the community and in the world, then can we change what we're causing? Can we change what we're causing? And if you understand that you are a cause, then probably your answer is yes, I can change what I'm causing. And we can change what we're causing at a level of community and a level of world. And that would entail integrating all, meaning integrating good and all the labels that are the opposite of good. So how can we integrate all that is happening that is less than positive, that things that are anti-life, that are anti-love? How can we integrate all? And this is beyond the scope of today's call, but it's a question. It's a question for your unconscious mind and your higher self to start perhaps giving you the answers. How can you integrate it all so there's no resistance? If you resist nothing, if I resist nothing, then it disappears. And this is at a philosophical level, and we want to bring it to the physical, to what's happening right now in the world. And creating change inside starts with, like the song says, the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror. Let's start with creating the change inside. And so we can have create changes outside. And we can do through small actions, through small thoughts, with emotions we choose. And it comes down to being a cause and being okay with having all that power. Being okay with having all that power, that it is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And that's a quote by Marilyn Williamson. The tipping point, it comes a time when a person is doing something and then the result happens. It may take years, it may take months, it may take days, it may take hours. So the intention for helping in the first responders is to reach a tipping point so that peace is reached at a greater level. And to get to the tipping point, it will take many small actions. The intention experiment. This is the title of a book. Recommend you all check it out. And it's the experimentations of using intention, prayer, blessing in many areas. One of them, it was in DC, Washington, DC, where a group of people went to DC and they started intending and praying for the crime rate to lower and for peace to exist in DC. And as soon as the people arrived there to have this meditation times together, the rate of crime in the city lowered the 4 days that they were there dramatically. And as soon as they left the city, the rate spiked. So the idea here is for us to not only help people at the mental and emotional level, but also help people at, let's say, spiritual level. Maybe even there's another word that could equate to that. That at the intentional level, we can help people. So I envision this call as having many, many people that are holding the intention to have a tipping point and sending this intention to areas of the world where people are just going to start feeling differently because there's tension coming from human beings around. This could be the channel that we're creating here, the vehicle to help. And the goal is to align ourselves again with the purpose, and the goal is to align ourselves with peace. So we can transmit the signal of peace into the world, especially Russia and Ukraine. And I say Russia because I believe if they are at peace, then there's no war in Ukraine. So I think we should have the goal, the purpose for not only Ukraine to have peace, but also Russia, and affect the quantum field with our intention and the people that we invite to these calls to hold the intention as well, and align with peace. And that's the intention. Now we're going to go around and ask everyone for participation. What is peace to you? What is peace to you? Let's get some participation going.
For me, peace is just a place of, zero tension. It's like, and right now I feel peaceful. I don't feel like there's any tension in this call. We're all here with open hearts to give and to serve. And that's really, it's just a place where you can be vulnerable and open.
Okay. Thank you, John.
Not feeling a threat.
What's that?
Not feeling a threat. Not feeling threatened.
Not feeling a
by
threat.
anything around.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And kind of jumping on both John and John, having that space to be vulnerable while remaining in that space of not feeling of experiencing something other than threat, of experiencing comfort, ease, the flow of life, and yeah, just that peace. Peace is that word.
Yeah, totally.
And I was kind of thinking the first thing that came to my head was, the ability to have discussions where there are opposing views and in a peaceful manner. So kind of in a calm manner in which there's no, like, you have the ability to actively listen to the other person versus immediately, judge or disregard as not true because of your beliefs or the way in which you view things. Just really like an open mind in which discussions can be taken.
So I really liked your take on that. And one of the things that I have been kind of processing in my own head is like that the defensive mind, that voice that always comes in and gives your own opinion over somebody else's. And it's one of the things that I've been working on, and have felt like I'm making really good progress on, is being able to reserve that and just quiet that voice. So
Mhm.
you're actively paying attention to what it is that's going on within the world, whether it's conversation or an experience or situation. And I think that ties very deeply into peace as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for sharing that.
Wonderful. To me, peace means that children are laughing and they are playing and they're healthy.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
All right. So now we're going to do a peace exercise. And this peace exercise, let me see how long we have. Okay. So we are doing good on time. So this is going to be an exercise with eyes closed. So go ahead and close your eyes. And at the physical level, in your body, feel what it would feel like to have peace at the physical level. Experience peace. Notice it starts. Notice where it goes. Notice where it grows. And now expand that feeling to your emotional body. Imagine the emotional body being outside of the physical body, enveloping the physical body, and having peace at the emotional body level. What happens to your emotions when you choose to focus on peace? And now allow those two bodies, the physical body, the emotional body, to release that peace into the third body, the mental body, where your thoughts live, and allow peace to start traveling on that third level, on that third body, the mental body. What are your thoughts like when there's peace at that such high level? And allow the peace from the physical, the emotional, and the mental body now to be released and go into the fourth body level, the spiritual body. And at this level, notice that there's entanglement. There are other bodies that are overlapping. The spirit level is so huge. What is your spirit like when the focus is peace? Allow your spirit, your mind, your emotions, and your physical body to align with peace. Now we're going to bring the awareness to your current location, your current physical location, your room, your living room, your office, wherever you are, and allow the peace from all your four bodies to be present, to be felt, to be noticed in that location, in that room. Now allow the peace to extend from your room, from your physical location to now your neighborhood. The piece could have a color, could have a vibration. Allow it to now expand to your neighborhood. You can go over the houses, you can go through the houses. If you like, you can ask permission for the peace that you're sending out to be received of other human beings, other spiritual beings. Now that you have the peace in your room, in your neighborhood, allow that peace to go into your entire city. As the peace extends more and more, allow the peace now to go from your entire city into your entire state. The peace can be a color, it can be a vibration. And allow the peace to ever expand from the state side now into the country, your entire country. From your country, allow the peace to extend and expand to your continent. Include the neighboring countries. And now imagine that you've reached the tipping point, and now that you can no longer keep this peace from ever expanding. Allow it to envelop and expand into the entire world, your world, our world. And see the circle of peace around the atmosphere, circling the planet, and start locating the country of Ukraine. And allow that circle of peace that you have created to start pouring down this color, this vibration, this energy of peace into the country and onto the country of Ukraine. Allow your awareness to completely be a conduit, a co-creator of peace. Being a gift to all the people in Ukraine, blessing that country, that territory. Now allow the peace that has been pouring from the circle of peace around the globe into Ukraine. Allow that energy to start expanding to Russia through the grounds, through the soil, through the roots, through the trees. Allow the peace to expand and extend into the territory of Russia. Allow yourself to see people's faces going from perhaps a face of stress to a face of peace, perhaps even a smile, both in Ukraine and in Russia. A sense of relaxation, relief, even a sense of love. Start seeing the leaders' visions based on peace. As we come closer to the completion of this intention, start saying goodbye for now to the faces, to the people that you saw. And see them being so grateful, so happy for what you just co-created. Let's take 4 deep breaths to close this intention. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. And one last time, inhale and exhale. Start moving your hands, your feet, your fingers, your toes. And when you are satisfied, start coming back to now, back into the room. And when you're ready, start opening your eyelids and come back to now. Thanks for co-creating that intention. And let's see. I have a couple more slides here, and then I'm going to open the floor for feedback and comments, suggestions. The next, this slide is connect, share, and return. So we can do more of this. And to connect, there is a group that you can join on Facebook, Mental Reset Now, and that's where we're going to be posting the announcements. And the idea is to then maybe have something like what just happened for 10, 20, 30 minutes. And if there are, when there are first responders in the room, then we would go into either help them in the room, in the main room, or take them into breakout rooms. And then volunteers will go and talk with them. And if the volunteers have a certain professional skill, then they'll do that thing, such as NLP, mental emotional release, whatever it is. Or if the person's doesn't have that skill, they can have the skill of love, of counseling, of hearing, of listening. And the intention then is to have that, for us to have a couple people helping in the breakout room, Zoom, the tech part. Any questions, feedback, comments?
I love the vision with where you want to take this. That's really cool of, allowing people to volunteer their skills to help wherever they can. I think that's really cool, just that open format. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Awesome. Thanks, John.
Where are you at on the timeline for this? So functionally, like, have you spoken to people over there? Do you have, is there an audience available to everybody right now? Are we working on numbers, just gathering kind of the amount of people that we can bring over?
It's really what I've said is what I have. Like, you've seen what I have. Like, the people here, the Facebook group, that's as far as I've gone. Mm-hmm. So the vision is to say, for instance, for what happened last week for the shooting in Texas, this could have been happening, say, every day for different topics, not just Ukraine, Russia, for first responders then to come, or the family of the victims then to come and join something like this on a daily basis. So the idea is to grow this where there are so many volunteers that this can be happening every day. And feel free to lead, co-lead, co-create. That's what this is about.
Absolutely. I think that this is just kind of the beginning of what could be. Even if we stay where we are, this is something absolutely awesome and something great. But it is just kind of the drop in the bucket as to what it could potentially be. Everybody on this call, whether you're a master practitioner, whether you've done NLP or not, there's intention behind why you're here, which is what anybody can bring to it. And it is kind of like the driving force that takes us to the next level, that takes us to the next space of understanding that we do have an impact. We're not just observers in this world. We are participants, or active participants, and on our energy, our mindset, our beliefs, affect, Fernando, like you were saying earlier, like it affects everything. We're all connected. We're all at cause. We have the potential to help in any facet that we have the skill or the knowledge or the willingness to do. And we have to turn that we are participants. We're not observers. Like we are active players in this world. And this is something that there's a reason we're on this call. Some of us have practiced things. Some of us just have interest, and it's those of us that rise up and acknowledge that will make differences and open the doors for others to make differences as well.
Thank you, Trish. Well, we could start wrapping up, and then this next week, same time, same place, invite people, invite volunteers. I'm putting out words to people that are, that know people in Ukraine. And I'm thinking here, will they have, internet to come to, bandwidth
Right.
to, device to come and join this? Maybe not. Let's get things going. Let's get things started. Let's help who can be helped, and, surrender to the process of creating peace.
I
And
think
we'll-
that's great. I think the audience is there. It's a matter of, like you were saying, I mean, there's technicalities in place as far as will people have the resources to access the tools? I know one of the things, Fernando, you had talked about before is that there were some groups, some Facebook groups, Ukrainian Facebook groups that you had been in contact with. I don't know whether anybody else has any resources such as that. But getting the word out in any way that's possible is kind of key to opening the doors for people to have that or have those resources available to them. So, at this point, it's kind of like, okay, let's grow this and let's extend, let's see how far we can reach, because somebody out there does, right? And if it's not something that we necessarily have, there is somebody that within our circle of influence, we will land in touch with somebody who has resources to reach out to the people we need to get to.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. Cool. Any other comments, feedback before we close?
I want to say, Fernando, I thought that was really beautiful. I think that was a really, really great little inner work, expanding that energy and reaching out. I mean, it's not only impacting, everybody, but it impacts ourselves as well. And I think I had actually, maybe next time I have a meditation that I had put together for this as well, but it really dives down to the idea that like, when we change on the inside, we change on the outside. Like our reflection of what is on the outside is based on the inside. So if we can find peace within ourselves, we can reflect that forward.
Yes, please. Yeah, you can definitely please do the meditation next time. And so the Facebook group is Mental Reset Now. What else? I'm just gonna, just keep sharing, share with whoever you might, never know who will show up to this. And now that I'm talking, maybe what we can start doing too is not having the intention that talk so much about just Ukraine and Russia, but long term, this is going to be like what's happening in our own communities. Yes, all great to help, not the country, not the community, but we can do both. So it's like, if we're going to do this long term, then let's invite our local first responders. Let's invite our first responders that are local to then be part of this and receive. They do so much.
Absolutely.
So we can do that too. So we can have the focus of first responders. Let's help them. And one of the focus in this will be Ukraine and Russia as well. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. You're amazing. Thank you for doing this. Gratitude. Be well. Be healthy, be blessed, and till next time.
All right.
Have a great day,
Fernando,
everybody.
very nice meeting you guys.
You.
You guys.
Bye.
Take care.